The 20s have surely been a bang, and here at the Hoover Dam, this monumental behemoth of a structure is nearly 100 years old and still holding strong. Here we see two gutsy adventurers on the mammoth blockade as they observe the astounding vistas and stunning effects of drought. What will be the fate of this marvel of modern technology? And how will these two navigate the unwritten future of travel? Stay tuned. It's been a gutsy decade, and we're just getting started.
Are you gutsy? Do you have big dreams, big goals? Maybe even some people have told you that they are crazy goals. Gutsy Travels. We are a travel show with a twist. We have inspiring interviews with gutsy people. People around the country who have been gutsy. This is where you want to be. Be inspired to be gutsy yourself. Another episode of Gutsy Travels. Today, we are at the Hoover Dam in Nevada and Arizona. And right now, I'm on the Arizona side. But we're going to be going on the Nevada side as well so that we can show you what the Hoover Dam is like. It's amazing. It is a marvel of engineering, especially when you think that it was built in 1931. Ryan Vaniski and I came to the Hoover Dam so one, we could explore, and two, I could find out more about his gutsy story so that we can share it with you. It's pretty cool. And he's had some challenges like so many others who have been gutsy, and he has some ideas for you. This time we are at the Hoover Dam.
Damn it.
Or what you said earlier, damn. And it is fall. It's beautiful. Sun is shining. It's 60-some degrees. And while the water is low, which we'll show you some more of that today, it's still gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I get to spend some time with this guy.
Hi.
Who is our creative director as well for the Gutsy Travels show. So it's really cool to get to hear his gutsy story today.
Wonderful.
But before we do that,
yes,
I want to hear how you define gutsy, because we've been working on this project now, not a year, 7 months.
I think that's 7 months so far.
April, May. Mm-hmm. And you jumped on the bandwagon. It's about being gutsy. Right. So how do you define gutsy?
Well, I would say gutsy is this damn thing here.
You can get away with saying that word today.
Exactly. Because gutsy is when you do something that other people would be afraid of. Mm-hmm. When you have an idea that is bigger than what the common people would expect. Mm. But
you have the willingness and the courage to actually step forward, take the action, do the steps to actually make it happen.
Yeah.
Whether it's by yourself or even better, having a community.
Yep.
Having a community just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
But the fact that you had the courage to step forward, do something bold,
Different.
do something different that nobody else is willing to do, but you believe it so strongly inside yourself. The passion is so great that you almost can't not do it. You know, Neil Donald Walsh, he had a quote that really inspired me many years back. He said, "Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone."
Repeat that again.
Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone.
It does.
I think that might be exact. I don't know if that's exact, but it's about what it is.
Yes.
And to me, what that means is you can live your comfortable life. You can be okay with what you're doing, but there's more.
There is more.
There is so much more. 15 years ago, I realized that there was so much more than the standard life that I was living. And I just had to be gutsy and do it. And things have changed, definitely, but it was totally worth it because gutsy, not a lot of people do it. People like to be safe. People like to be comfortable. But the gutsy people do bigger, better things.
And it usually does go beyond one person.
Absolutely.
The bigger the vision, the more people, the more strengths, the more skills that have to be involved.
Yeah.
So it's okay for some to live in their comfort zone. Those that really want to make a difference, impact the world, impact their community, their lives, their family, that's when we have to get out of our comfort zone.
Right. Exactly.
And that's why we get along, because we both see, we both have similar visions, similar ways of living.
Yeah.
And it's not comfortable.
Can you imagine what life would be like if people were not gutsy? You wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have an iPhone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have Disneyland.
Amazon.
Amazon.
that Jeff Bezos, major disruptor in the world. And it was because he was gutsy enough with a vision that others did not believe.
Right. There's so many things that we come to rely on as normal society. Technology, ideas, things that we do every single day. And they wouldn't be here if it weren't for gutsy people.
Right. So what is it? This is on the Colorado River, which is between Nevada in front of us, Arizona behind us. And the engineering, the building, the construction started in 1931. There was several companies together, ended up forming a partnership called 6 companies that did all this. So I guess that's one way of doing it. You partner, you collaborate, and you put it all under one company.
It's the only way to do things. You can't do everything yourself.
True. And this was during the Depression that this all happened.
People needed jobs.
They needed jobs. So what we did learn is that they had thousands of workers.
What has been done here and the fact that it was done in 1931, the enormity of this place is just unbelievable.
Now, you alluded to it, so I'd really like to hear more about when you were gutsy in your life. Can you tell us the story of when you were gutsy? Was it 15 years ago? Is that the story we're going to hear, or is it something more recent?
Something more recent, yeah.
Okay,
There are lots of opportunities for gutsy in my life, and I've done a lot of bold things in my life, but most recently it's the change that I've made in my life.
Okay.
So having my background in entertainment, I was in corporate world for way too long, and there was always this emptiness inside of me because I was not living my passion. Entertainment performance, directing, that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I was living that corporate life and deciding that I don't want this anymore. Either my life is going to end, I wasn't going to kill myself, but either my life is going to end like this, or I'm going to be bold and do the things that I need to do.
Okay.
So what I chose was voice acting to start, because it had been 20 years or so since I've done any sort of real performance at all.
Because you were in the corporate world.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I had all the equipment. I have the knowledge and how to use it. I have the performance skills.
Yeah.
And I chose to just step forward as a first opportunity to go back into entertainment and performance.
Yeah.
So there was a book that I read. I think it's called Make Art, Make Money. And what it's about is it's a biography of Jim Henson,
Oh.
the Muppet guy.
Yeah.
It's a thick book. It's like 600 pages.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's not necessarily a biography. It's lessons in what he did in his life
Okay.
to be able to perform, practice his craft, but still make a tremendous amount of money out of it.
So he wrote the book.
No. Someone
so
else
it's-
wrote the book.
Okay.
Someone
Got
else
it.
wrote the book,
All
yes. And what the key is basically practice your creative craft in a way that you can make money.
Okay.
So he did that with his Muppets. So we've seen The Muppet Show, we've seen Sesame Street.
Sesame
but
Street.
that was when he got really popular and famous.
Yeah.
Before that, when he was just struggling
Yeah.
to make it work, he would take Kermit the Frog, Rolf the dog,
Yeah.
and he went to IBM, AT&T, and he did corporate training videos with those Muppets.
Oh, wow.
And he made a buttload of money with that. And so he used that money to fund the projects that he really wanted to do.
His passion projects.
His passion projects, yes. But the whole time, he was practicing his craft, which was puppetry.
Right. Okay.
So I'm taking that model
Yeah.
where I want to get back into performing and directing. So voice acting is kind of the same thing. It's performance and directing at the same time, because I'm directing myself and I'm making money at the same time. And it's a step forward, getting to know people in the entertainment industry here in Las Vegas and people in Hollywood, because I got connections in Hollywood too. So it's just getting those juices back in. But it was a gutsy thing for me to step forward into that, because leaving the security
Yes.
of
The corporate world.
and the paycheck every 2 weeks and wondering what I'm going to do, how I'm going to make this work. But
Right.
I said, there's no reason not to do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? I might have to get another part-time job. So what? At least I'm taking steps forward into
Yes.
the life that I want to do.
That is part of being gutsy.
Yeah. And now, look at what we're doing. We're making a travel show here at the dam.
Damn.
Damn it.
And we're having fun.
It's a damn big hole.
What I love about Inspiration is that it's so much more than just another place to do painting and drink wine. It's all the options that we have to offer that excites me about our studio. We have over 80 different crafts, events, parties, workshops, and a splatter room. We have fun for all ages here at Inspiration Las Vegas. Cheers!
So you told us about how you define gutsy. You told us a little bit about your story and how Jim Henson, the puppet guy, who inspired you, and you're utilizing his model. But we all have challenges when we're gutsy.
Yeah.
Sometimes more than others. So I want to hear, what was your biggest challenge getting your business off the ground?
I would say that The greatest difficulty that I had was my own self. All inside here. It was what the mind was saying.
Yeah.
Listening to the perceived thoughts of what other people would say, and my own disbelief in myself. Because when I was younger, even though I was a performer, I was on stage since I was the age of 9. I still had such low self-esteem.
Yeah.
I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have confidence in myself. And I've done a lot of work through my holistic background to clear that stuff out. But, you know, like if there's a stain on the carpet, you can only get out so much. The stain is going to be there a little bit. So those little insecurities are still inside of there. And overcoming those disbeliefs, this is too much. You can't do it. You don't have the talent. You don't have the ability to do that. You don't have the connections.
Right.
You know, all of those things were challenging me to believe that I couldn't do it. It's better to be safe, better to be secure. So overcoming those internal challenges was the greatest obstacle that I had to deal with.
Okay.
And it's almost like a constant thing. Every day it's in there. Because it's not just about the business part of it, but because I'm doing performance and creative stuff. There is
People
that.
judging.
There's tremendous amount of
Yes,
judgment.
absolutely.
Tremendous. So, you know, I'm not much of a business person myself, so I do my best with that, but it's also, am I actually doing a good job? Am I delivering a creative project that people are actually going to appreciate? You know,
How's he doing, guys? How's he doing? He's doing pretty good, huh?
I do recordings and I listen to myself, and when I'm editing, it sounds, okay, this is good. And then I come back maybe a week later after I've delivered the project, and I listen, I'm like, ooh, is that? Oh.
It's an ongoing process.
Right. But I'm still doing it.
Good.
Still just push through it, because the stories that the mind tells are false. They're always false. Anything that is limiting you in your own thoughts are completely irrelevant.
It's from inside, not from the outside.
Exactly. The greatest battles are within. It's not the outside stuff. It's not the practical stuff. It's the inside. It's the spirit. It's the ego. It's the chatter that's going on in the mind. And I spent 15 years studying holistic ideas and meditation and different cultures around the world and how they dealt with spirituality and mind and psychology and stuff like that. And I learned how to overcome that.
Good.
But it's a constant practice. You
Every
can't
day.
not do it. Yeah. If you take a shower once a year, it's not going to be too effective. I think you're going to want to do it every
Once a
few
year.
days, hopefully every day. But the same is true for your own mind. You have to practice that mastery of the stories inside.
And this area over here was for the overage of water. Not a chance today.
Look at the white and the black there.
Yes. That white means it used to be water, but not anymore. It is really low.
Can you believe that? That looks like it's 200 feet or more.
Well, we're now on the Arizona side of the Hoover Dam behind us. This is so cool.
Yeah, it's damn cool.
And it's a beautiful day as well. So
Beautiful.
And I've been enjoying hearing your story and your challenges and how you have gotten over them and how you're maintaining being gutsy every day. So what advice would you have for the viewers so that they can feel that fear and be gutsy themselves?
Okay. You know, one thing that was really working inside of me was don't tell anybody. Because what I would always do, I've had so many big dreams, big ideas that I really, really, really wanted to do in my life. And I would tell everybody. I said grand dreams. I would give all the details. I would say everything. And of course, nothing would happen. Nothing happened. So this time, this was a big goal for me. It was a big change in my life. I said, I'm doing things differently. I'm not going to tell anybody, maybe 1 or 2 people. I think I told 3 people. That's it. People that I really could trust. And it was actually those people who actually gave me more courage to step forward. But the strength of holding in the excitement, the ideas, the possibilities, it's like
Fuel.
it was fuel. Yeah, it was like forging the power to make it happen. And I believe that if I had told people, it really wouldn't have happened, or it would have happened in such a way that it was just really unimpressive. But holding on to that, not telling anybody, but still having that solid courage inside to go for it, keep taking the steps, keep going forward. It gave me energy, it lifted me up, it helped me glide forward. And what I would say, it was like I was riding a wave, like surfing, on a wave, and the wave was just pushing me along. And I think if I had told people about what I was doing, that wave wouldn't have been there. I would have just been waiting in still water. So I say, keep it to yourself, but keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And now, because the momentum is going, now you're talking about it.
That's right. Doing all of these amazing things, and there's even more to come, connecting with people who have bigger connections into the industry that I really want to do. And it's just a momentum that just keeps growing and growing and growing. And yes, there are challenges along the way. Of course, it's been a year since I've made this change, but I'm so eternally grateful that I'm still doing this. And I will continue to do this, and it's only going to get better. I know that.
Well, what did you think? We got to hear from Ryan Vaniski and his gutsy story and what he does to get over the imposter syndrome, to feel that anxiety, to hear the mind saying, no, you can't do that, you can't do that. And then he deals with it. If you recall, I mentioned about thinking of fear, because fear is the base reason why a lot of us don't do things, don't take those risks, get out of our comfort zone because we are afraid of something. So what I recommend is you think of fear as false evidence appearing real. Think about that. False evidence appearing real. And then ask yourself, what is the real evidence of whatever it is we're hearing in our head or what we are feeling? And then that way you can talk yourself through it. All right, well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for watching this. And you like it? Click below, subscribe, click on the button for the bell so that every Monday when we release our next episode, you will get a notification. This is the last episode of this season, season 1. And we have got some surprises in store for you for season 2. We're going to change things up. And we will see you in season 2. Be focused, be kind, be gutsy. Feel the fear and do it anyway, with a little bit of planning.
Damn!
You are funny.
Testing sound. 1, 2, 3. We're at the dam.
Damn.
Damn it.
this wraps up season 1 of Gutsy Travels. I'm glad that you have been following with us, and thank you so much for all your support, your positive words, and encouragement. We will see you down the road.